Hello, welcome to Wondrous Schooling Academy. I welcome you to another lesson for us today. Our lesson is parts of speech. Lesson B is an extension to lesson A. We're looking at parts of speech again, guys. That's what we're looking at. Parts of speech. Do you know how to speak? Do you know the parts of speech? It's another lesson. Parts of speech, lesson B. Welcome to today's lesson. I welcome you at the Wondrous Schooling Academy. Let's get started. We first start with conjunctions. What are conjunctions? What are conjunctions? Do you know what conjunctions are? Can you work with conjunctions if given a question? Right. Conjunction is a part of speech that joins other parts of words, phrases, or sentences together. That is a conjunction. A conjunction is simply a linking word. Okay? It's a linking word in a sense that it joins phrases, sentences, and clauses together to find the meaning. Right? So that is a conjunction. It's simply a linking word. The best way that I can explain conjunctions is by looking at exercise 1 as part of our learning activity today. Exercise 1 will serve as example A, basically. All right. Now, we are given a phrase here, right? And it says, we are given actually two phrases. It says, the first phrase is as follows. It says that lions are beautiful. Lions are beautiful. Then the second sentence says they are very fierce. So now we are given two different or separate sentences. Lions are beautiful as the first phrase. They are fierce as the second sentence. So how do we join these two separate clauses so as to make a compound sentence? How do I join these two different phrases so as to make a compound sentence? Well, this is how we start. This is how it's done actually. We make use of a conjunction. We have to make use of a conjunction. And remember what we said earlier on, a conjunction is a linking word. It's a word that is used to join other parts of words together. So we make use of a conjunction. I like following steps when it comes to doing things. When I do my mathematics, there are certain steps that I follow, Same applies to other subjects, like your physical sciences. there are steps that you need to follow. There's a formula that needs to be applied, and there's a step that needs to be followed. So that is what I mean by this. I like following steps, because there is a procedure, there is a right way of getting in the hang of things. So now we have two separate sentences. Lions are beautiful. They are very fierce. These are two separate sentences. Why? Because they both end with a full stop. But now the marker says we need to create a compound sentence. How do we go about doing that? We make use of a conjunction. A conjunction is the linking word. As I'm repeating myself again, it's a linking word. So we use a conjunction. So step number one is basically that you pick the correct conjunction. We have a box. The first word or conjunction that we have that we have for us to pick is but. The second conjunction that we have as a choice to choose, it's and. The third conjunction, although. The fourth conjunction is yet. And so on, as you see there. Or, nor, neither, either, whom, and so on. So those are the conjunctions that we have in the box that we have to pick from in order for us to work with conjunctions. So now that is step number A. We pick the right or the correct conjunction. We simply pick the correct conjunction, and the correct conjunction for me would be the first one. The first one is but. But is the first conjunction. Let's see if this will sound like proper English when we read it aloud. Lions are beautiful, but they are very fierce. Lions are beautiful, but they are very fierce. Lions are beautiful, but they are very fierce. It's definitely clear that the correct conjunction that we should use for linking these two phrases or separate sentences is the conjunction but. But is the word that we use. It's definitely our linking word, but is the linking word. So now you can add on to your notes, right, that conjunctions are not only linking words, but this is a word that appears midway between two separate phrases. I repeat, a conjunction, it's a word that appears midway between two separate sentences. So that is a conjunction, because as you see from example A under exercise 1, the conjunction appears right at the middle between the two separate sentences. Lions are beautiful and The second one, they are very fierce. So that is how conjunctions basically work. They appear midway between two different phrases. That is a conjunction. Conjunction, that is a conjunction. We not only discover that information about conjunctions, we know so much about conjunctions. Today we'll learn so much about conjunctions. That is not the end part. What's needed for us to know is that there are two kinds of conjunctions, right? Yes, there are two kinds of conjunctions. We have coordinating conjunctions and subordinating conjunctions. Let's explain the difference between the two. Now, a coordinating conjunction, it's basically a word that links different clauses, phrases, or words that are of the same importance. Yes, so that is a coordinating conjunction. Coordinating conjunctions, there are many examples of it. Words like and, but, either, neither, or, nor, yet. So many examples of coordinating conjunctions. Coordinating conjunctions are very important for us to know because they are the ones that are used a lot when we get to learn about coordinating clauses, right? Yes, coordinating clause basically it's a second main clause that is linked to a main clause by means of making use of the coordinating clause. So that is how we get to learn today about coordinating conjunctions as a kind of a conjunction. The second type or kind of conjunction that we're dealing with is a subordinating conjunction, right? Subordinating conjunctions are definitely not difficult for us to learn today. Simply we learn that subordinating conjunctions, this is basically conjunctions that link different words, phrases, and sentences that are not of equal importance. Basically, it's like I'm repeating myself here, you know. This is the opposite of a coordinating conjunction, right? That is a subordinating conjunction. It's basically a type of a conjunction that links different words that are of less importance to each other. For instance, let's say the teacher gives you an example and says, it is raining, right? It is raining. It is raining. It is raining. I'm struggling to give you a proper example that will fit into subordinating conjunctions, but I'll make a plan. Okay, let's make a plan. Right, so now we're still on the conjunctions, right? We said that conjunctions are linking words and that they are found midway between two different phrases, right? Yes. Now we're still on we're still working with the two types of conjunctions. I said it's a coordinating conjunction and a subordinating conjunction. Now, a subordinating conjunction is the one that links the important clause to the main clause. Now, most conjunctions are part of this group. That is what we need to learn. For instance, I will go, although it is raining. I will go where? Maybe I will go to school. Maybe I will go to work. Although it is raining, even though it is raining, I will go. Even though, although it is raining. So those are subordinating conjunctions. Basically, they include relative pronouns as well. We get to learn today that relative pronouns, basically, these are types of pronouns which fulfill the role of a noun in a sentence, and they help indicate the relationship between the different parts of a sentence. So basically, relative nouns are the ones that I can say that they sort of like twins with the prepositions, which we are going to learn about next. Yes, we're going to learn about prepositions as a part of speech. Right. So that is a conjunction, guys. We wrap it up that conjunctions are linking words and that they are found midway between two different phrases or sentences or clauses, etc., etc., etc. Right. Now we move on. As part of our learning activity today, we learn about parts of speech. Now, a part of speech that we learn about today is a preposition also. Preposition is also a part of speech apart from the ones we have learnt so far. So we first learnt about the noun, right? In our previous lesson, we learned that a noun is a naming word and that it is a word that is used to name places, people, objects, things like that, right? And we said there are different types of nouns. We said there are pronouns, proper nouns, collective nouns, common nouns, and abstract nouns. Then we went on as further as to learn about articles, and we got to learn that articles are split. We have definite articles, we have indefinite articles, and so on. Thirdly, we learned about the verbs, we learned about auxiliary verbs, modal verbs, finite verbs, you name them. So we learned a lot from our previous lesson. Now we build on from our knowledge. We get to learn about prepositions. Yes, prepositions, as I've promised just now, prepositions is what we learn. A preposition is a part of speech that appears before a noun, a pronoun, a gerund, a part of speech that appears before a noun, pronoun, a gerund does. So that is a preposition. It's a part of speech that shows up before a noun, a pronoun, or a gerund does. Before those three types of parts of speech do appear, we have the preposition. As an example, I can say, the book is placed under the table. The book is placed under the table. Under is the preposition. That is under. Under is the preposition because it shows direction, position. The book is placed under the table. Under the table. That's the positioning of the objects that we are looking for. We're looking for a book. Where is this book? Under the table. So that is how prepositions get to work. They indicate time, position, mean, direction, place, and so on. Okay? That is a preposition. It highlights the relationship between the different parts of a sentence. So that is the nature of a preposition. It indicates the relationship between the different parts of a sentence. Okay? So how do we link the book with the table? We have two different objects in the sentence. The book is placed under the table. We have the book, we have the table. Those are two different objects, right? So how do we link these? We make use of a preposition called under. Under. If the book is placed under the table. Right? Yes. Further knowledge tells us that prepositions have objects as well. A preposition, believe it or not, it has an object. The object of the preposition is the word that appears after the preposition. Let's go back to the example that we gave right now. The book is under the table. The book is under the table. We have identified so far that under is the preposition and that book and the tables are both two direct or indirect objects. Right? So now, to explain the object of a preposition, we need to look at its definition. We said that an object of the preposition, the object of a preposition is the word that appears after the preposition does. So now, we basically read the sentence again. We read it again so that we identify the object of the preposition. The sentence says, the book is under the table. The book is under the table. Where is the preposition? Which word comes after the preposition? You're sure right. It's the. There is the word that appears after the preposition. But hold on for a second. Is it only the word the that appears after the preposition? Definitely not. We have table that follows the word the. So, table is an object. It's an object. It's an indirect object because it's not what we're looking for. We're not looking for where the table is positioned. We're looking specifically for where the book is positioned. So, the book is the direct object, number one, that we can note on the side. And the table is the indirect object because the table is there. We're not looking for the table. We specifically want the positioning of what? The book. The book is under the table. So now we can conclude. Yes, we can conclude. Since book comes before the preposition, it's not the object of the preposition. Right? The object of the preposition in this case is the word table. Table is the object of the preposition because it follows the preposition. It appears after the preposition. So that is how prepositions work, right? It's a word that appears before a noun, pronoun, gerund, does. It's a word that appears before a noun, pronoun, or a gerund, does. It highlights the relationship between the different parts of the sentence. And it also has an object, in a sense that that object is the word that appears after the preposition. Does. So that is preposition for you. Case closed. Right, we move on next to next parts of speech that we learn. We have adjectives and adverbs. Quickly going to explain what an adjective is, and we're going to explain what an adverb is, and we're going to name the types of adverbs that we may know. Let's quickly explain what an adjective is. Right? What is an adjective? What is an adjective? What is an adjective? Asked to you, how can you describe a noun? That is the question that I ask. How can you describe a noun? A noun can be, for instance, an object, a name given to an object, like the desk lamp. Okay, desk lamp, right? But is it only a desk lamp? Desk lamp. How about we give it a color? How about we give this desk lamp a color? I want more information, you know? I want more. I want to know, which desk lamp are you talking about? How does it look like? Give me a picture. So that is an adjective, guys. An adjective is simply a part of speech that describes a noun. It describes a noun. It, other words, it qualifies a noun. That is an adjective. How about we say the black desk lamp? So we give it a color. You give the reader a picture. You know, you help the reader or the recipient of the message to get a broader idea, you know, an image of how the desk lamp looks like. It's black. So that is an adjective. It's a part of speech that describes a noun. It's a describing word after all. That is an adjective. We have different types of adjectives. We can learn them all day. We have possessive adjectives, which indicate ownership. We have demonstrative adjectives, which point out a particular thing, person, or anything like that. Then we have adjectives of quantity, number, which have to do with the order of things, how things are ordered. Like, for instance, the learners came today in class. In the principal's office, learners came several times to report school matters, to to the principal, for instance. Several times, that's an adjective, right? The word several tells you that, this is happening more than once. They came more than once to report the school matters to the principal. So that is an adjective of numbers or quantity. Then we have descriptive adjective, which is what we worked on right now. We said the desk lamp its color is black, so that is a descriptive adjective. Then we have interrogative adjectives, which ask a question. There are many types of adjectives. We even have adjectival clauses and phrases that we'll have to reserve for our future lessons, where we get to learn about these in detail. But for now, what we can be satisfied by is basically knowing that a part of speech that works mainly to describe a noun is indeed an adjective. An adjective is a part of speech that describes a noun. An adjective is a part of speech that describes a noun. What is an adverb? Got to know what is an adverb. Want to know what is an adverb? Do you know what an adverb is? Well, we learn today what an adverb is. Okay, an adverb. Adverb, 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 adverb. Adverb, 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 adverb. Right. An adverb. An adverb is also a part of speech. It's another form of part of speech, this one. But this one is different. An adverb, it works mainly to change the meaning of a verb. It changes the meaning of a verb. That is an adverb. That is how it functions. It changes, it modifies a verb, an adjective, or even another adverb. That is an adverb. It's a part of speech that modifies a verb, an adverb, or an adjective. Right? That is an adverb. For instance, the boy ran fast. The boy ran fast. He ran fast, that boy. The boy ran fast. The boy ran fast. Can you identify for me the adverb in the sentence? The boy ran fast. It's simple. The word fast is the one that changes the verb. It modifies the verb. The boy ran, but how did he run? He ran fast. He ran fast. So there's speed involved. You see? There is some speed that's involved. What if I use a different adverb? I say slow instead of fast. The boy ran slow. So now it changes the meaning of the verb. He did not run fast this time. He ran slow. So that is an adverb for you. It works basically like that. It's a part of speech that modifies a verb, an adjective, or even another adverb. That is an adverb for you guys. There are different types of adverbs. We have adverbs of time, adverbs of manner, adverbs of frequency, adverbs of degree. There are so many of them that we're going to learn about in our future lessons. But all that we can be satisfied by right now is that we know what an adverb is, we know what an adjective is, we know what a preposition is, and we know what a conjunction is. We said that a conjunction is a word that is found midway between two different phrases that could either be of equal importance to each other or of less importance to each other. We said that the preposition is also a part of speech, but this one comes or appears before a noun, pronoun, gerund does. We said that an adjective is simply a describing word. Yes, it's a describing word. It adds more meaning to the noun. In other words, it describes the noun. It qualifies the noun. Lastly, we said that an adverb is basically a word that changes the meaning of a verb, an adjective, or even another adverb. That's how we close the session. Our learning lesson B. That's how we close it today. Yeah, this is how we close it. This is how we close lesson B, parts of speech. I'm quite disappointed that we didn't do any questions. We didn't do any questions for our lesson today. Maybe that's because our schedule was a bit jam-packed, but next time, next lesson, we're going to do a lot more on parts of speech. We're going to do a few questions and then quickly revise all of the parts of speech that we have learned today on Wondrous School and Academy. Thank you for participating in learning with us today on the Wondrous Schooling Academy. Hope to see you next time. Cheers.